Hello everyone. So today we're going to analyze this drawing and it's from Art Advice, The guy asked for help and he's trying to do long hairs. First of all, let's look at these expressions, man. And I really like these expressions. And I think that he has a very nice instinct, for expressions. Although the drawing is very simple, like my own drawings, look at the expressions, the lack of symmetry on the eyebrows and the mouth. Look at this. Makes for a very alive, drawing. Everything that is asymmetry makes for a live drawing. If I stand still, I'm not alive. But if I do this, how alive I am, very asymmetric. And all of his drawings have something like this, the mouth to the side. And I don't know, I feel like this guy has a very nice instinct for expressions, so lean into it, man. Very good. So let's talk to the problem at hand. He's trying to do long hairs and is asking for help. There's not a one way to do this, and a lot of people have different ideas and different ways that they do. This is my way, and you can look at it and try to extract something that you can use in your drawings. It doesn't have to be this way or other way. It's your way, and nothing is wrong. Whatever works for you is the right way. So here's my tips. Let's just make your drawing a little bit more transparent so we can work. And well, think about this. Every drawing has every hair, has a moment where it parts, especially if it's come to the side like this, There's a moment on the hair that it goes to the other side. And the way that you're drawing here, it seems like one big volume, And by the way, this is the way I do it. I like to show the moment where the hair transition, from one side to another. So we go like right to the back and we separate it. So this is mouth thing, here already shows that the hair is splitting. So then you go here and then you go down. I think I did one already. And look at this. It's the same thing. And it goes one to the side, one to the other side. I did the hair strays a little bit to show that you can show that the hair is going backwards, just insinuating this hair strays, And right here on the front, you do a little bit of a big one, to define this big one here is very important because it defines what is under and what is up, over the hair. So this one is the moment of separation, Everything that is up this line is up the hair, and everything that is over this line is going down this way. So why is this important? Let's imagine this. Let me just erase a little bit and go back. Yes. Whenever you're doing the hair strays like this, you cannot go from the here to there, You cannot cross this line because it confuses the person that is watching, the person that is looking at your drawings, confuses a little bit. Well, what part is the big or the upper, sorry, English is not my first language. What part is the upper part of the hair? What part is the under part of the hair? So I would do it like this, This line is very important. Also, I did this, I focus on the eye a little bit because in your drawings, as you can see, your your eye touches a little bit on the side of the face. And this, well, in my style and the way that I like to draw is something that I leave for very extreme profile poses, when the face is very, very turned away and you can barely see the eye. Let me just show to you. Like this, when you have a face and you can barely see the other eye, like this. Look, when you can barely see the other eye, maybe you can let it touch the face because it's very extreme, very, very, very extreme. I don't know if you can see the drawing, the full idea of the drawing, but it's something like this, and you can imagine the face going like this. So this is a very extreme pose, very. I'm sorry, man. No, I'm not very good at improvising. People already know this, and something like this. So the very extreme cases of looking at the side, you can get away, with the eye touching the face there. But the way that you draw here, you don't have to do this. Whenever you leave a little more room to the eye, even if it's just, the drawing can breathe a little more. 4 minutes. Oh my God, man, it's too much. Let me just go to another example. So here is this one. What I noticed here is that you did the back of the drawing over, the back of the hair bigger than the fringe, And you don't actually need to do this because, well, perspective always makes the fringe to go in the front, unless you want a very volume hair in the back, but it's usually not going straight down, like this. If you're going to go for a very wavy hair, and you can go like this, let me just a little bit more volume, the hair like this. Also, you have to go back to the skull, your skull is like here, so you have to go a little bit more indicating that the skull is down here. But also, I think that this is not what you're going for. I think that you're trying to go to, well, let me just check this one, where the hair is just in the back like that. So I separated, okay, again, separated the hair, two parts, one from this side, one from the other side, and I just left the hair behind the fringe, and it go down like this. You just don't see this part, because the fringe is on the front. Don't be afraid to not show your viewer everything, They don't have to understand how the hair goes behind, You don't have to build the whole hair. Just go like this. Also, try to not close your fringe like this, like it's almost another piece of hair. If you leave a little bit of opening like this, you see this opening here, it kind of shows that the hair is connected. Everything is connected to the backside. So you leave a little space, for your hair to breathe. Anyway, man, this is 7 minutes almost, and it's too much. Probably not gonna watch the whole thing, but if you watch it, thank you very much, and bye bye.